is a expert in physical and mental fitness and well-being, specifically for males. Especially he works a lot with people in lifestyle businesses and businessmen, really people who are working, high performers, and want to get the most out of their body and their life. And I'm so excited that he's here today. He's the founder of the Kinetic Method. And I'm just going to open up the floor to you, sir, to just share a little bit about how you ended up doing what you're doing now and where you started. And yeah.
That's cool, and thank you so much for having me here, Michael. So um, if we go back a few years, 2000, 2015, or even back like almost a decade, 2010 was the first time I stepped into the gym. First time I stepped to a gym around 17 and a half. There, I was pretty skinny, weak little boy, lacking confidence, and how we are at that age, want to build up that confidence, meet girls and everything, and
Yeah, I
this
still
is
want to do that.
where yeah, exactly. And I signed up for the gym, want to achieve those things, and I was struggling a little bit at the beginning, but then as I worked hard and became more disciplined, implemented the right things, I began to get closer and closer to my goal. And so it got to a point from 2010 moving forward until 2015 that I had pretty good transformation. And so people started to reach out to me, ask me for advice, help. And this is basically in August 2015 the journey started of coaching, more offline, so not really online. And I was helping a lot of people locally who are just reaching out for advice, for coaching, for nutrition plans, meal plans, training plans, like basic stuff that I was doing back then. And so as the journey moved on in 2017, I went online. And as I went online in 2017, you know how it is as an entrepreneur, as someone who runs a business. You work hard, you hustle, you grind, and with the hustle, with the grind, all my focus, or I was tunnel visioning my business, the business side of life, and one thing got neglected: my health. So waistline was getting a little softer, low energy in the morning, 2 p.m. energy crashes. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with that, and all the things that come with when your health isn't where it should be at the
Mhm.
peak state. And and I realized that a lot of business owners saw the value of, or there's kind of like something in the entrepreneurial world, maybe it's from Gary Vee or Grant Cardone, that they preach the hustle and the grind, especially for guys just starting out. And it's kind of like who works the most,
Right.
and everything else gets neglected, right? Maybe
Yeah.
you can relate to that.
I can 100% relate to that. That was like my first. I mean, that was some of my first experiences of being in in a being agency. Was just like, we got to hustle. We just got to do it. We got to go hard. We got to work 14 hours a day. If you don't wake up and if you don't immediately, check the ads, like, you're not working hard enough. So I can relate
Yeah,
to that.
exactly. Yeah, it's all about that. It's all about the business. The moment you wake up in the morning, you got this little thing here. You open your eyes and it just starts. Let's check social media, email, sales, all the things that come with it. And yeah, I got into this journey, and like you can kind of say like the status in our industry, or this is what I used to believe is, who works the most, who works the hardest. And with this change of dynamics, this change of circumstances, I kind of lost the connection, even as a fitness coach, to my body. Like, I knew being in shape is important, but I didn't value that much looking good because it was all about, hey, I got to produce, I got to make money, and let's just forget the fitness. I'll take care of it later. And I did this, continued on, got a little, even a little soft to the waistline, lower energy, exhaustion, until to the point that I burned out. So this was like the rock bottom moment in my life. Burned out, had heart problems, and all that came with it. So I had to make a radical shift. I was like, okay, I can't continue like this. It's not sustainable. It's something on the short run, but not something I can do on the long run. And yeah, this is where I took the knowledge that I already had, tweaked it a little bit because I mean, as a businessman, business owner, you can't work out 2 hours a day and eat 6 times a day. You need little different things
Yeah.
because time can be a major challenge. And so, you want to say something?
Oh, I was just gonna say I agree with you. Yeah, time. That's the like ultimate kind of balance that we're all as entrepreneurs we're all trying to figure out. Like, how much time do I spend on my business and on myself and on my rest and on my exercise? And so, sorry, go on though. I love this so far.
Yeah, it's a great conversation, great topic. Not just because I do fitness, but because so many entrepreneurs, yeah, especially entrepreneurs, between their first, let's say, yeah, first year to the first 5 years, they experience that they go through it. And so, yeah, I made a few shifts, less time consuming protocols, activities, workouts, nutrition plans. Combine it with a few other things, especially on the wellness side. So it wasn't just enough for me to exercise and eat healthy, but I also needed to do a little things. The wellness side, optimizing my sleep, my stress levels, so the anxiety will go down, stress will go down, burnout will go down. And ultimately, I saw this as an opportunity. I saw this as an opportunity to niche down, you can say, and really help those guys, help many business.
Hmm.
um yeah, not just get back in shape, but yeah, do it in a way that also increases their mental capacity, of course their physical and mental well-being, mental capacity, and being sharper at work, but also, yeah, really slowing down, not slowing down the business, but slowing down themselves so that they can refocus and, yeah, have more time for themselves, get back into good shape. A lot of them, a lot of business owners used to be in good shape before they started their business. So, yeah,
Awesome. Wow. So you went from kid who wanted to get confidence and get girls at the gym to causing that transformation for yourself into, I guess, someone with confidence and muscular physique, just the physique that you wanted, whatever that is. And then people started asking you about, you started coaching, offline coaching, and then online. And then you started working specifically with business owners because you saw that need in the marketplace of just people not having enough time for themselves and slowing down to make sure that they are in that efficient elite shape, that they can have their mental capacity rise, their bodily capacity rise. And that's who you're working with currently, right? Mainly business owners.
exactly. Yes.
Awesome. So that's incredible. And I want to just take a second for everyone listening. We're on here with Mauro Stara. He is an incredible fitness and wellness and mindset coach. Just I'll call you high performance coach. I don't know if that's what you would call yourself, but he's incredible, really great guy, and he helps people to lose weight in an efficient amount of time and raise their bodily functions, mental functions. So, if you want to connect with him, you can go ahead to connect with him on Facebook, facebook.com/ Mauro Mauro dot Stara, Stara dot 944. So, Mauro, thank you so much for being here. Um,
Thank you too. And it's cool, this
yeah, I'll
little
put it
sign
back up
down
here
here.
again.
Yeah, that's a cool trick that you had here.
That's right. So if you want to connect with him, that's how you do it. And He's a great guy. He posts a lot of amazing content. Do you have a Facebook group as well, or not?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
just the newsfeed.
Just the
One
news feed.
channel,
That's
that's
it.
enough.
One channel. That's it. I love it. So I want to dig in here a little bit deeper, and I want to talk about some whys. Okay. Why, number one, okay, why do entrepreneurs and business people need to make their health priority? Like, why is that important? You tell me. You're the professional.
Sure. Yeah, and I think you also when I saw it on your before we get into that, I saw it on your newsfeed. I think you also had last year, was it? Yeah, pretty amazing transformation as well in yeah with your fitness and health. So
Yeah, I've had yeah, I have. So thank you so much for noticing that. I know I'm looking very thin on this video conference here. No, but I have. And then, honestly, the coronavirus quarantine has been good for my health because I've continued to lose more weight because I'm eating more healthfully instead of eating out. So that's good.
that's awesome, man. So yeah, going back to your question, why health is important, why they should make health a priority. Well, there are thousands of studies that prove it, and you can as Michael said, you can find some of these things on the news feed on my news feed, or you can go research it. But and I don't want to go too deep into the science with this question, but more like give you a real simple example. Think about the last time you were sitting in an airplane. See, now I know we can't fly right now. We're all locked down. But the last time you were sitting in a flight, before the flight takes off, there's always this one message. Do you know it, Michael?
Um, to Is it where you put the mask on yourself before you put it on others? Is that the one message you're
Exactly.
talking about?
Exactly. Yeah, you hit it right away. So that's exactly it. Like in airplanes, they always tell you, hey, you got to put on an oxygen mask on yourself first before you try and help others. Why? Well, if you can't lead yourself as a leader in business, you can't lead others. You can't protect others, whether it's your family, you can't lead others, your peers, clients, customers, everyone in your industry. So you could say you gotta get your own shit together before you try and help other people. Otherwise, yeah, you're never gonna show up at your highest capacity, your highest level. Meaning, yeah, we can sacrifice our health for a for a short period of time, but at the end of the day, our health will become the bottleneck of our business. We are our competitors who prioritize our health or their health, they will be just sharper, smarter, more productive, more energetic, and they will just take off. So if we make the connection here with business and don't see our health as an expense but as an investment, then
Mhm.
the little change happens. We got to connect it with business, because a lot of times it's always like, oh, I have those 30 minutes. Should I, where's the camera here? I have those 30 minutes. Should I check the emails for 30 minutes? Should I write a piece of content? Should I do this? Should I do that? Or should I work out? And guess what? The money always dominates, because we think the more we work, the longer we work, the more money we make. So yeah, I can skip the workout. I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow, becomes
Same
another
thing
tomorrow.
happens. Tomorrow comes and you just still are like, yeah, I'm going to choose the emails and the content and the conversations with people instead of the exercise and the inner work and the bodily external work.
Exactly. It's always going to be like this, and then you're going to build up the habit of skipping the workout, and so your health is then going to just always take second place. But when we connect it and we see, hey, it's actually a tool to produce more in business, then we'll automatically prioritize it. And yeah, the productivity is just one thing, it's just one benefit you can say about your health. But even looking good, some people, some business owners say, yeah, it doesn't matter how I look. I believe it matters, because at the end of the day, when you go and speak on stage, and everyone is watching you, they'll judge you, and the way you feel about yourself will kind of have you kind of have that shield. Means you'll either be self-confident and have a shield, or you will self-conscious and look around and you're exactly like, I don't feel at my best. So that's a huge thing. And I speak to many guys who tell me, yeah, I wish I could speak on stage, but like, yeah, I first need
Oh, but
take better care of myself before actually get there. Yeah, just because there's, we see as, and I don't want to extend this too much, but as entrepreneurs, everyone around us sees like the numbers, the money, the cars, everything is good, but underlying under that huge, what do you want to call it, that huge capsule
facade.
we build, yeah, that we
Yeah.
build around us, it's not always that good, and yeah, speaking on
Yeah.
stage is also a huge thing for a lot of people.
Hmm. Yeah, I think you pointed something out. Well, I want to point out a few things that you said right there. Number one is that um, I loved how you said that it shouldn't be thought of as like a choice between the two. Like, okay, my health and exercise or business, like it should be seen as my health is my business. And so I loved that. And that, like, it's not an expense, it's an investment. Like, that time is an investment into your business because when you can think more clearly and your body functions at a higher level and you exercise, it's just proven that you have more of an advantage. So I loved that. Um, and then I also loved how you were talking about like this. There's this big like shiny like facade, like people are freaking amazing all the time, and it's amazing. And the truth is, like, that's not how that's not how humans work, and this, better than most. Is like us as humans, we have doubts, and like our thoughts were wired literally to like worry about things coming to kill us, or like fear for our lives. Like that's what trait goes off in our minds whenever there's any kind of like something that threatens us, right? And so um yeah, and so we put up these shields, but like the fake shields of like everything's perfect all the time. And so I think it's really important that we talk about that. Like, that's just not the case with everyone. Like, I know tons of people who are really successful monetarily and like just successful in life, and they're doing well overall. But it doesn't mean that they're immune to having like these doubts and these self-limiting thoughts and like these things that they want to improve about themselves, right? It's like everyone has a challenge. It's just like their challenge is going to be different than yours. So, yeah. What do you think about that? Did,
Yeah, I can 100% agree to what you just said. Like, it's like everyone has challenges, different areas of their life, and that's okay. At the end of the day, it's how many of these can we face, can we overcome, and these ultimately will help us move forward. Because yeah, all the challenges, all the things we put off or we fear, not even with fitness and health, but in general, all become our limitation. So yeah, it's kind of like boxing.
mm,
You can get all these punches, but you could just gotta get up, stand up one more time, and yeah, that I'd say that sums up, or yeah, sums up what you just touched on. So yeah,
mm.
it's a
What would,
great topic.
yeah. Thank you. And thank you for bringing it up. What would you say is the most like what would you say is the biggest challenge that you see with your clients as far as like finding their like helping them to get into physical fitness?
You mean when someone becomes a client? Like, what's the
Yeah,
challenge
like
when I work with them?
yeah, like when you take on a client and they are ready to make a change, like what's the biggest roadblock in the way for them to actually get the results that they want?
Hmm. It always depends from person to person.
Mm-hmm.
So for guys, with the business, with family, young kids, it's usually getting enough sleep. Like that's huge factor. And
Mm-hmm.
sleep recovery is so important. We touched on the wellness side at the beginning of this conversation. Very important, but ultimately, I mean, when you have a 2-year-old daughter and you got to get up every 2 to 3 hours at night, there's not much playroom. Sure, you could get a night nanny, but some people, including even me, wouldn't wanna give, have someone else, have your daughter or son wake up during the night and see a different face than your mother or your father or someone from your family. So I can understand that, and there are ways to work around that. But ultimately, yes, sleep is a big one, and yeah, sleep is a big one for these people. And the other one is basically what we just talked about: seeing your health as an investment, not as a cost. So even when someone signs up, like the first 2 to 3 4 weeks, there's that shift going on, because it's like, oh, I got to prioritize my health now, or not even my health, myself now, like make that me time before taking care of anyone else. And sometimes there's that guilt. It feels selfish to
Mm-hmm.
prioritize yourself, but actually it's selfless. You got to be selfish first to be selfless, to others, not vice versa. Because when you take better care of yourself, you have more energy for the business, more, as you said, sharper, more productive, more alert with your employees, your clients. You can take better care of them, better care of the family. And so, yeah, it's that mindset shift. Because look, we all know we need to drink more, we need to move more, we need to eat less, we need to eat better. Now, with everyone locked in, we have so much time with the coronavirus, but
Yeah.
still we put the health off. So it's not really time, because time is never the problem. Time is a lack of desire or a lack of strategy that fits into your lifestyle. It's more really making that change, like, hey, this is actually investment, and you can say that's a business activity. And
Mm.
yeah, once you make that shift and you see, like, oh, now I get it, and actually I feel it, like I have more energy at work, I'm so much more, I have so much more vitality when I come home, I'm going to prioritize myself. So it's more like, yeah, making the mindset shift, and then seeing the results. When you see the results inside your life, then you
Mm-hmm.
follow through, and then you create the habit, and then you basically change. Yeah,
Change
um
everything.
yeah, you change everything.
Okay. That's amazing. Yeah. So first shift is that mindset shift of time that you spend exercising is an investment and not an expense. It's investment into everything that you do. So, okay, so but I know and you said time isn't really like time is kind of like an excuse that people make about it. So like what's the best way with people who have a busy schedule? Like how do they get into shape? Like what's the best way for them or that you've seen?
Well, what I've found, after doing this for 4.5 years and mentoring hundreds of businessmen, is when okay, like, two things. One thing is customization. Like there needs to be some one-on-one work, some customization into everyone's lifestyle. Why? We're all different genes, environments, lifestyles, needs, wants. So we can't have a cookie cutter solution, a diet, or just something that anyone can use. And most strategies out there are for the 9 to 5 lifestyle. As business owners, we can't use that. We can work out 2 hours a day, 6 times a week, eat 6 meals a day, cook, 3 different meals. Like, yeah, then then it's an expense. Then it's not anymore an investment into our business. But ultimately, yeah, just that little one-on-one touch and customization, um, to really make it specific to one person's lifestyle. Because look, um, most guys out there will, when they know, like, I need to get in shape, like now's the time, they will follow an exercise plan, a diet, or anything. But they will neglect the whole wellness part. And if we don't take care of the stress, it's just going to pop out somewhere else. And that pop out, that's going to be a 6 or 7 figure problem, depends on the person. And so there needs to be some wellness, some, optimizing sleep and stress
When you
levels.
say
And
Yeah, when you say wellness, can you dig in a little bit more there? Like what exactly can you define wellness? Because I feel like fitness, nutrition, exercise, wellness, it all kind of usually just gets pulled together. So I like what is wellness?
sure, or let's make even the cut. Like I personally say fitness is more like exercise and nutrition. But wellness is the whole recovery side, like your mental well-being. So if we take
Mm,
specific strategies or tactics, that's breath work, meditation, sleep optimization, managing stress levels through decompression time during the day. So these are just four examples. You could put in massage or anything. Like I don't do massage, but you get the
but
point.
you
Like it's
could.
more, yeah, yeah, exactly. Some online massage through Zoom, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's more optimizing your wellness to really slow down. Because when you run a business, and some people say, no, I'm not stressed, and I used to be that person, but it's just because we don't want to admit it, or we don't realize it. We aren't aware of it because we got used to the high levels of stress. So now it's
Right.
subconsciously, and we don't notice it. And again, we don't take care of this. It's just gonna pop out somewhere else. So yeah, that's one thing. That's why a little bit customization. I don't say like everything has to be custom. I like to use frameworks, and I think a person has to find ultimately what's right for them. So I can give you the tools, and I can tweak them a little bit, but you should also do a little of the work to see like, hey, I like this and I prefer this and this. So not babysitting you,
Mm,
but still a little bit customization. And the second thing is, what I found really, really effective is taking the first 30 minutes of the day for yourself. There's a saying, when you win the morning, you win the day. And this exactly matches it. Why? Well, we can discuss again now science and everything. When's the best time to work out? And when's the best time to do this? And many fit pros or experts in the space will say, yeah, I disagree with the morning. Like guys over 50, they can have a heart attack in the morning. They should exercise in the evening. And yeah, they're right. But here's the thing, if they don't exercise, the risk of heart attack goes even up. So how do we actually get that person first to exercise? Well, we just schedule 30 minutes in the morning every single day of the week for that person. Um, and during that time, the person really takes care of himself. So exercising, hydrating, meditating, whatever that routine looks like, whatever that person needs. And when you do it, then it's done. So now you can go into business, you can go into family, and you're super sharp, you're productive, you're energetic, and you feel good about yourself, and you've done you before you do others. So when stress hits the fan, client meetings, emails, live streams like this one, I've done my work. But imagine, like, you imagine this, to give you an example. Let's say you're on Facebook ads, and at 11 a.m. and it's 10:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. you got your workout. So you say, oh, good, I'm gonna take my shake or drink some water, gonna prepare myself, change clothes. You're almost ready to get that workout in at 11 a.m. And now your phone has a notification. Your ad account got blocked. Do you think that man or even woman who's watching this will then do the workout? No. They will go
no.
on the computer, stressed, triggered, angry, start typing. Maybe they could post like, why did this ad get blocked? Inform the team, inform
Yeah.
partners, whatever it is. And the workout just gets lost. So we can't control all these elements in business. And this is what business is about. But we can control how we structure our day. So if we just do it in the morning, every single day, boom. I don't mean every single day exercising, but every single day having that morning routine,
Right.
then it's done. You take it off, and then you switch on breakfast. This doesn't even have to be in the routine. you spend time with your family, whatever it is, but you've done you. And once you get
Mm,
this, once you do this and build up the habit, it's a game changer. Like, not because I teach this, or like I can tell you, there are books, actually, The Miracle Morning and thousands of
yeah.
other books, and it's a game changer. If you look at the most successful people in the world, 80% of them, 80% of the 300 financially most successful people in the world, they all have a morning routine that's 30, yeah, 30 to 60 minutes. So this should say something.
Yeah. Wow. There's some bombs that you're dropping right there. We are on here with Mauro Stara. He is the inventor, creator of the Kinetic Method process, and he helps businessmen drop 30 pounds in just 30 minutes a day, customized to each person. And if you want to connect with him, if you're interested to find out more, you can connect with him at facebook.com/mauro.stara.944. That's Mauro, Mauro Stara, Stara .944. I'm so glad to have you on here, Mauro. Um, mm, yes. And I think that everything that you just said is so incredibly important. Having a morning routine. And I'll just I just gotta be honest with you, Maro, because I'm always just honest. I'm not good at lying. It's just like I haven't been doing my morning routine every single day. It's not as consistent as I want it to be. And so it's like, but I do notice the difference when I take that like just 15, 30 minutes and be my true self, like focus on me as opposed to like this morning today, you know, I got some emails from some clients and it just like threw me off right in the morning, you know? You're so right that that's just like that's what happens. It's like other things come up and you're just not able to focus. Um, Laura, thanks for being here. So grateful for you. Um, so Maro, let me ask you this: what is your morning routine?
That's a good question. So I started, I'm giving a little context because when you hear it, you think like, oh my God, like that's a lot. And not you, everyone's listening. And it's like, oh, that's a lot. And I wouldn't recommend doing what I do,
Okay.
but I'll share it. But I can tell you this, like it all started very little. It started with like small meditation. That's it, you know? So doing something is better than doing nothing. So with that being said, I start, yes, I wake up, and when I'm in bed, I just say thank you. You know that I'm fit, I'm healthy, I'm strong. That I wake up that day. I walk to the bedroom, brush my teeth and everything. Go to the kitchen, then I hydrate myself, half liter of water with some supplements. And once that's done, I go into my room and I go into my little office here and I meditate. I meditate depending on the day. Yeah, more, not the day, depending on the time I got up. Sometimes, like today, it's almost 10 p.m. here in Spain. So tomorrow I'm gonna wake up a little later. And yeah, depending on when I wake up, it's between 20 and 75 minutes that I meditate. So the 75 one is like the perfect meditation for me. It's long, it's guided from Dr. Joe Dispenza. Maybe you know him.
Hmm.
And I just love it. Like I feel so good after it. So hydration with little supplements, then the meditation, 75 minutes. Then I do some breath work from Wim Hof, three
Yeah.
rounds of breath work. Really good
How long
because
do you do that for? The Wim Hof?
how long I can hold my breath?
Well, like you said 3 rounds. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of
Ah,
a different method from Wim Hof.
yeah, it's more you take 40 breaths like
Okay,
fast and then you
gotcha.
hold your breath. So I
Okay.
hold the breath, like the record is 2 minutes 50, I think. I never crossed 3 minutes, so that's the goal, like 2 minutes 50, and then blow it out, and then you continue again. So 3 rounds, and this really hydrates, not hydrates, it really gives me that breath and gets me going. And I found it extremely important because when you're stressed at work, you tend to change your breathing pattern. And when you have that breathing pattern in the morning right away, that's a huge difference. I'm not talking even about productivity, but more how you feel. When your breath isn't going that deep, you breathe, you don't breathe that deep. You can get dizzy. You can be more exhausted, lower in energy, and you just don't feel that good. So yeah, hydration, meditation, then the breath work. Then I have here a little list. I used to have a huge vision board and tons of affirmations, incantations. I just found for me they were too overwhelming when I had like 10 minutes to read all these texts. So now I have just 10 affirmations from Tony Robbins. That's it. That's enough because when I see it, I look forward to read it. When because it's so short. When it's too much, it's like and then I used to skip it. So I have these, and once that's done, I do some yoga stretching because I sit a lot. So yeah, exercise helps, but sometimes it's not enough. So I do some yoga stretching, and then yeah, and then depends. So really depends on how my diet looks like, what I'm optimizing it for. But sometimes I then exercise or I eat breakfast. Yeah,
Hmm.
exercise or breakfast, and then I start work. Sometimes I fast. So right now I fast till lunch. So I would just go here, the office where I'm at right now, and start working. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that because I think, and I like how you shared it because I love that it's so much like customized to just you. And it's just like, this is what feels good for me. So, like, for me, it feels good to wake up in the morning and say thank you. And then and then I move on to this. And like, I do this because it makes me feel really good. I loved how many times you said, yeah, it just makes me feel really good. Not necessarily like optimizing my body, but it just makes me feel really good. And then like some other things you had like purposeful, like the stretching, you're like, because I sit a lot. And I think that's good for everyone that's listening and thinking about like, how can I implement a strategy for myself? Is like, you have to figure out what feels good. And there's so many, like, I definitely highly recommend Miracle Morning, or who's that by? I forget, but the Miracle Morning for Entrepreneurs by Cam Cameron Harold, I believe. You can look that up. I highly recommend it because they have a lot of great um, recommendations of like exercises to do in the morning or like certain things to do. But I highly recommend to anyone listening to, try out some of the different techniques that people are recommending all over the place, whether it be the Wim Hof method or meditation or journaling or affirmations, visualizations, gratitude, exercise, eating, whatever it is, going for a walk, all these different things that you can do. And tons of different experts that say different things. We'll get into that in a second here. But you want to find what's right for your body and what makes you feel good in the morning. Because as Mauro said, if you win the morning, you win the day. So thanks for bringing all that up. What do you, anything to add to that before we move on here a little bit?
Yeah, like I like how I like how aware you are. Like you're super aware. You pay very close attention to what I'm saying. So I appreciate that. And I think I believe what you said regarding the feeling is so important because when we talk about fitness and health or even well-being, there's like looking good, feeling good, and performing good. So these three elements, and everyone wants at least one of these, you know.
Hmm.
And I just think all are important, But if I just had to pick one, it's always going to be the feeling, because think about it. You can look good, and you can look good and perform good, but if you feel like crap, yeah, you're not going to get through the day. If you don't look good, but you don't perform good, but you feel so good about yourself, even if you don't look good and you don't perform so well, it's still good because you feel good about yourself. So I just think feeling good about yourself, loving, um not even loving, but just being, being happy, feeling great about how you feel on the inside, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. That's so important. So yeah.
Yeah. So everybody take a second, just love on yourself, Tell yourself that you're amazing because you are. I totally agree. One last thing that you said that I thought was amazing. You were like, I used to have this big vision board of all these like hundreds of affirmations, and it was just overwhelming, and I ended up skipping it. And then you were like, then I took it all down, and I only have 10, and I look forward to it. So like, if there's something in your routine that you're like dreading every day, that's a sign for you to like maybe just adjust it. Maybe just, okay, how can I tweak this so that I get the same effect, but like I actually enjoy what I'm about to do. So thank you. Oh, such great information. Again, we're on here with Mauro Stara. If you want to connect with him, he's an incredible coach. You can connect with him, facebook.com/Mauro.Stara.944. And I've got just a couple more questions for you, Marrow. And I gotta say hello to Josh Gavin here, and then Laura again. Oh my goodness, feeling good about yourself is the most important. Absolutely, it is. Um, so as I was talking, I was kind of saying that there are all these different people, and you even mentioned a couple different people, from Tony Robbins to Wim Hof to um, Joe Dispenza, and then there are like countless other fitness experts, wellness experts, mindset experts, all these different people. Like, who should we be listening to in this world of fitness? Like, who should we be listening to? There's so many voices.
Such a good question, because today I was having a walk, and while I was having a walk, I met a 75-year-old lady from the UK. So here in Spain, she was walking with her dog, and I was going to the supermarket, and so we had a chat, and it got really deep. And as we were deeper into the conversation, she told me she had lost her son. Now you might be thinking, like, what does this have to do with fitness expert? Well, stick with me for a moment, because she told me, yeah, she lost her son, and she paid so much money for therapists, for masterminds, for psychologists. I think she was even with Tony Robbins at an event or something, and she never felt understood, and she never brought that away. And then one day she met a regular lady, and as she met the regular lady, within 15 minutes she felt more understood than all the money that she had paid years over years over years to all these experts. So what was the difference between all these experts that are so good in their field and this woman that she met, a stranger, not an expert, nothing? Well, that woman that she met had also lost her son. So what's the difference? She has been there where that lady that she met has been there where she was. She felt understood. Someone was there where that person wanted, or not wanted to be, what someone was there, and was there where she was, and now is at another place where she wants to be. Meaning that woman is still at point A, the 75-year-old lady is at point A, and the woman she met is at point B. In short, if you wanna, yeah, if for whatever it is, I always say, even in business, like, go to anyone who's been there, where you want to be, or is who is where you want to be. And yeah, just ask that person for advice, pay that person for advice, and just leverage time, um, to, yeah, as a shortcut of years and years of failure and experience to get there. Because yeah, there's so many, there's so many experts out there, and they're all amazing at what they do. Tony Robbins is amazing. I have his affirmations here, so he's good. But if you don't want to go that path, maybe it's not the right mentor. If person X is not really where you want to be, yeah, it's not the right person. I'm not the best person for a lot of people, and that's okay. So it really comes down, hey, where do I want to be? Who is there? And yeah, that's it. Get access to that person, implement everything that the person says, and move forward. Because at the end of the day, yeah, there are, in the fitness world, there are uh, so many experts who have studied like for 50, 60 years, or even 60 years science, and they know all the studies, but they've never been there, or they had never to lose 20, 30 pounds. They're always fit. So they know what to do in theory,
Hmm.
maybe even practical, but they don't know like the challenges that come away, how someone feels, the mindset that the person is into. They just know the science. So yeah, really find someone who's been through that road, who has the similar story and can get you there. And that's like my advice, because at the end of the day, someone can be a top expert, but if the match isn't there, mm, it's
Mm,
probably not going to work out.
yeah. Oh, that's so good. I think it goes for more than just fitness and wellness. Just like any kind of coach or mentor that you're taking on, like I almost want to make like a distinction though, in that they have to have been where you've been, or that I think because I feel like some people, I love that like you want to find someone who's been where you've been and then they are where you want to be. I think that's great advice. And the only thing that I might add is that um, there are some. I think that there's also a possibility for coaches and mentors to n- come from like a different place of struggle and still be able to be like relatable and help you through things. But that could be up for debate. Um, Mauro, that's amazing. Jeffrey, thank you for being here. So glad you're here. Um, what what is there to share? What would you like to share that I have not asked you about or that we haven't talked about today?
You mean in general about fitness and health, or?
Yeah, about anything. About anything that you want. The floor is totally yours. We could talk about anything. Literally anything.
Okay, that's cool. So I think, yeah, I think one of the biggest things, or like such an important thing when we talk, when we stay within the lane of fitness and health, is transitioning from what you just said with the expert, having someone holding you accountable, meaning having that accountability. Because look, we all know what we need, to live a healthier lifestyle, drink more water, like this one here. Um, Drink more water, exercise more. Even if we don't know exactly what to do, we still know somehow. I hope it tastes good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we drink more water, exercise, eat better, sleep more, and so on. But we still don't do it. So common sense is not common practice. So how do we break through this? Well, we gotta have someone holding us accountable. Now, here's the thing. The American Society of Training did a study, and they found if you have someone holding accountable, you have a 65% chance of reaching that goal. And here's how it gets interesting. If you have someone holding accountable and you have a weekly appointment, a weekly check-in every single week at the same time with that same person, who is not someone you know, a stranger, you have a 95% chance of reaching your goal. That this is not me saying it, like this is science, and that goes for any goal, which, yeah, we just shows, and if we think about it, just shows that it's so easy to let ourselves down. It's so easy to say, I'm going to skip it, I'm not going to do that piece of content, I'm not going to reach out to that person, I'm not going to ask that girl for a date, I'm not going to do the exercise. But when you have someone there who's like, hey, like, I'm reviewing your stuff, a stranger who you don't want to let down, it's a different story. So I think that's huge. Like when I saw this study, I always tell it to everyone. Of course, it's a good selling proposition, but not just about that. It's just, hey, get someone holding accountable, a stranger. Um, if you have to pay that person, not, yeah, just have someone holding accountable on what you say, because we all lack the discipline. Like 99% of us will lack the discipline, but when we have a stranger there who's not afraid to kick us in our ass, that's when we can make an everlasting change and ultimately build up the habit. So once we have the habit, a good one, it's also hard to break. So now we have the habit, just like brushing your teeth. Like for you,
Mhm.
Michael, when you brush your teeth, does it feel like a grind or is it natural? It's natural, right?
Pretty natural. Yeah.
Yeah. So this happens when you have someone holding accountable over a period of a couple weeks, months. You build up the habit. Now it just feels natural. Just like entering the car, turning it on, and driving. Like feels natural. You don't think too much. Like, oh, what is here? No. Boom, gas pedal, and let's go. So the exact same thing is here with the accountability to finally, get in shape, lose weight, grow that business, whatever it is. Yeah.
Hmm. Wow. That's incredible. We are I don't I know we started a little bit late here, so I don't want to hold you over. Um I want to thank
All good,
you.
my friend.
I want to thank you again, Mauro, for being here, and thank everyone for watching and listening. And one last question before we get off is, what is something that you are grateful for?
My mom. Yeah, 100%. Like, when it's a good topic about entrepreneurship and everything. And when you first start out, everyone doubts you, everyone laughs at you, and they say like, you're not gonna make it. Go to 9 to 5. It's safe. Well, we saw how safe it is now.
Yeah.
But yeah, long story short, she was always there for me. She's still there for me, and she always supported me from day one. And I'm beyond grateful, to have her on my side. So yeah.
Mm, that's so amazing. I'm so grateful for my parents as well. They're always behind me. They believe in me. Thanks for sharing that. If anyone is watching, if anyone's listening, go ahead and connect with Mauro. He's an incredible coach at facebook.com/Mauro.Stara.944. Mauro, thank you so much. And everyone listening, go out there today, find an accountability partner, create that morning routine for yourself, and be your biggest contribution to the world. And